Animals that mess with the wrong opponent. Number 1. Dog gets zapped by electric eel. Dogs are extremely playful little animals, and their friendly nature often makes them fail to identify potential dangers around them, just as you will see in this video. The dog seems to be investigating the electric eel, which has somehow come out of the water and onto the dirt road. The doggy seems to be wiggling his tail, hoping to play with the eel.
Oh boy.
But as soon as he goes to pick his new friend up, the eel, who feels completely violated at this point, zaps the beast in self-defense, sending the innocent dog tumbling across the ground, completely stunned, while his life flashed before his eyes. The dog seems to have learned his lesson and wimps away from the evil fish as soon as he recovered from the shock. Number 2. Goat knocks out cow. If you were ever asked about who would win in a face-off between a goat and a cow, the majority would put their money on the cow. The first thing to cross everyone's mind would be the difference in size and weight.
Bigger the better, right?
However, this video is a classic example of the phrase, never underestimate your opponent. Here you can see a valiant goat approaching a small herd of cows, with no fear in his heart whatsoever, as he looks straight into the eye of his opponent, who is more than triple his size. All the other cows seem to clear the way to form a battleground after sensing the tension between the rivals. Both the furious cow, overconfidently looking to shred this small creature to pieces, and the daring goat, determined to humble the massive beast, start running at each other at full pace. You can hear the loud smack as their skulls clash against each other, and both the animals fall to the ground. Only the heroic goat gets back up on his limbs while the cow loses consciousness. Such a lethal knockout makes you wonder whether the goat is a reincarnation of Muhammad Ali.
Oh my god.
Number 3. Crane fights off tigers. Tigers are one of the most ferocious predators out there in the wild. Which is why most animals steer clear of them. However, in this video, an unfortunate crane accidentally ended up inside a tiger area of a park in China. The two carnivores were already excited to see the bird and started chasing the poor bird in hopes of a fancy dish. After running away from the tiger for a while, the crane suddenly decides that he wanted to die fighting. Surprisingly, the bird charged straight at the tigers while flapping its big white wings, which caught the big cats by surprise, and they backed off.
What an unexpected surprise.
Matters seemed to cool down for a while, but the tigers, who were humiliated by their earlier defeat, decided to launch another attack on the bird. The odds were stacked against the crane, as it was outnumbered, but the crane could not give up on life just yet.
That's not happening.
It resisted for a while and managed to dodge the tigers until zookeepers came to its rescue. Number 4. Weasel tries to submerge seagull. Seagulls may look like soft and pretty creatures, but in reality, they are really strong and clever animals with very tough bodies, which often make them a hard opponent to beat. In this video, shot by a man on a boat in Ontario, we can see a notorious weasel enjoying a ride in the white bird's back. The seagull did not seem to mind.
It's not the ride, it's the rider.
And all seemed to be going well, until the weasel lost his mind for some unknown reason and decided to attack the innocent seagull. The bird managed to escape the animal's grasp a few times, but was unable to swim away before the murderer caught up to him. The weasel was persistent and came back for further attacks. It tried with all of its force to submerge the bird's head underwater multiple times, but the seagull used its strength to resist. You can clearly see how resilient the seagull is, and this is what helps him live in the end. After many tries, the weasel got all worked up and decided to give up. The lucky bird was able to get away and live another day.
Till next time.
Number 5. Rooster chases off dog. Remember how we say that someone chickens out when they are too afraid to do something? By the end of this video, you will think twice before using that phrase. At the start of this video, you can see a rooster and a dog extremely mad and throwing their wings or limbs at each other. They brutally fight each other non-stop for some while, before deciding to take a breather.
Take a breath. You'll be fine. Get on with it.
During this time, they silently stare at each other thinking about their next move. Failing to keep patience, the rooster and the dog throw themselves at each other once again, with the intention of killing the other.
You know I like you, but I still gotta kill you.
Shortly after, the dog realizes that he was nearing defeat. To avoid losing his life, the dog surrenders to the rooster's courage and runs away. The rooster, however, felt like it wasn't over until one of them was dead. So he kept chasing the dog all around the village to finish what they had started. After chasing for quite some time, the dog manages to escape. In the end, it looks like it was the big dog who chickened out.
What's next?
Number 6. Baboons scare off crocodile. Crocodiles have a reputation for being silent but deadly predators. They tend to lay quiet and calm until a prey approaches near enough for the animal to launch a sudden attack.
This is wicked.
In this video, you can see a group of baboons unwinding by a body of water and casually hanging out with each other. One of them felt like they needed a bath and went a bit deeper to soak in the water. Little did he know that a crocodile was lurking nearby. The baboon was coming back to the dry bank when it was suddenly caught by a plunging crocodile. Such a sudden attack brought chaos to the group, who started panicking, screeching, and jumping around. However, instead of leaving their friend behind and saving their own lives, the baboons decided to attack the crocodile.
What? Oh, no!
They kept shouting at the top of their little lungs and beating the crocodile from all sides. This continued for some time until the beast decided to let go of his snack and surrender to retreat. Number 7. The Lion King survives this time. This clip will certainly bring back the Lion King memories, so brace yourself. Hyenas are one of the very few animals that sit on top of the food chain alongside lions and tigers.
I am on top of the food chain. You cannot eat me.
But unlike the others, they feast on vulnerable animals or leftovers. In this video, you can see a pack of hyenas have been luckily able to isolate and corner a lion. They seem to be enjoying teasing and bullying the poor lion, who has nowhere to escape. The smart lion manages to hold off long enough for his friends to arrive. The hyenas, despite being much greater in numbers, are still scared to attack the lion. This cost them greatly, as it gave enough time for the other lions to come to the rescue and chase the gang away. Number 8. How not to wake up a lioness. This clip is bound to remind you of your sleepyhead friend, wife, or sibling. Of course, unless you're the sleepyhead. You can see a lioness taking a deep nap on a warm, sunny day. However, her husband decided to give his wife a jump scare. You can already guess from the lion's movement that he is extra careful while tiptoeing toward his wife, so that he does not wake his partner up by any noise. As soon as he gets close enough, the lion lands a bite on his mistress's buttocks, which not only wakes her up from her sleep, but sends her temper through the roof. Without thinking twice, she lets out a large roar and attacks the lion, slapping him multiple times with her large paws.
Oh God, somebody get me out of this.
She finally decided to stop and get away from the lion, who seemed to be unsure about how to approach his lioness after what had just happened. Number 9. 4 tigers, 1 duck. This video of a duck messing with a streak of tigers looks almost like a staged comedy show, with each animal being a paid actor.
This is it. Catch me if you can.
At first, you can see a man driving a truck near a pond of water to come out and throw a duck in for the tigers to feast on. The 4 tigers, who appeared to be starving, rushed towards their meal, racing each other on who can get there first. But the duck had other plans.
I don't know about y'all, but I didn't really plan on dying today.
The first tiger, who was just a foot away, tries to take a bite of the duck, but only ends up with water in his mouth. The duck had dived in just before the sharp teeth of the tiger were about to grab the bird, and he appeared a few meters away, leaving the tigers bamboozled. The wildcats, fired up about what just had happened, take another leap. The duck does it again.
What in the entire heck has just happened?
The tigers kept plunging at the duck from all sides, but the little aquatic bird looked to be as cool as a cucumber. This kept going on and on until the end of the video, by which time the tigers looked tired, frustrated, and confused about what was happening. There were also some other onlooking tigers who just seemed to be enjoying the show. Number 10. Cat scares off bear. Looks can be deceiving, and cats are the living, breathing proof of that. These cute, fluffy, small creatures may look harmless and cuddly, but they have the attitude of a lion. If you're a cat owner, you already know what we're talking about, but if you don't, then watch this clip and you'll understand exactly what we're talking about.
Let's see this part here.
Here you can see what looks to be an adorable, harmless cat sitting on a stair. Approaching her from behind is a black bear who seemed to be getting closer to smell the soft creature. Mind you, the average bear is capable of lifting 3 adult males, which means a cat stands no chance whatsoever in front of a bear. However, as soon as the cat feels the bear's nose against her back, it lets out a screeching meow towards the animal out of utter annoyance, while also attempting to charge the terrified bear, who takes a step back. However, he approaches the cat again, but an attempt to slap the bear with her paws does it for the large mammal, who flees away frightened to the very core. This goes to show how important confidence really is. Number 11. Brave birds protect crocodile nest. In this unique footage taken from a BBC show, you will see one of the most unlikely bonds in nature.
Nature is amazing.
2 birds seem to risk their own lives to protect their crocodile friends' babies. In the absence of adult crocodiles, a Komodo dragon decided to attack the baby crocodiles in the nest. Little did the attacker know that the birds were guarding the reptile's babies. The birds chased away the dragon once, but it came back again. This time, the female bird backed away while the male faced the dragon.
Who are you people?
The female must have gone to warn their friend because soon after, the big crocodile walked out of the water to scare the Komodo dragon away. Although crocodiles usually prey on birds, these reptiles did not attack the two birds. The crocodile did not even scare them as it went back to its home.
We just became friends right away, you know?
It seems as though the reptile trusts the bird to protect its young ones, and so far, the birds have been successful. Number 12. Elephant shows rhinos who's boss. Elephants are by far the strongest and biggest animals out there in the wild, but they are not given the respect they deserve, as they have a humble and friendly nature. Just as you can see, an elephant seemed to be going toward her rhino friends to drink water together, but the horned beast, misunderstanding the situation, got intimidated and decided to take down the elephant. Insulted by this, the elephant decided to show the rhino who's boss. The rhino went charging in, but the elephant was able to easily trample the rhino like a toy, using his trunk and body strength. He then continued to push the animal around to give it no chance of standing up. The rhino bowed down to the elephant's strength and decided to run away, while the elephant ran after them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed our video.